Today we're cleaning this sump on the 6 tank bank, a bank of 6 tanks, 240 gallons. These 3 and the other 3 on the other side. All these 6 tanks drain right here. The sump is sort of divided into, it's really long and really skinny, 60 feet long by about 2.5 foot wide, by about 1.5 foot deep, 2 to 2.5 foot. So all the 6 pipes are right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm using controlled siphon to drain them, so that when the power goes out, there's a bottom drain, so the water stays about that level in the tank, doesn't drain all the way down, because right now it's siphoning into the sump, but it's a partial siphon because this orifice in each pipe controls the siphon strength. Anyhow, all 6 pipes drain there. The water goes all around to the house, makes a U-turn, comes back here, 30 feet there, 30 feet back, and there is 3 pumps right here, 1 pump per pair of tanks, then pump it back into the tanks. So that's the sump we're gonna drain today and clean. It's about, I'm guessing, about 1,000 gallons of water. I'm gonna have to shut off the filtration, of course. So to keep the aeration going, I will have to use this, because this is gonna use 3 bubblers, a pump in there just for stirring, another pump, a big pump here for the sturgeon. The lungfish don't need nothing, they can breathe air, and 2 smaller pumps in this tank, alright? And first I'm gonna pump out all the water out of the sump. This is my pump, Alpine, about 3,000 gallons an hour. So the way I just rigged it together. This is about 200 feet of pool vacuum hose. I want to fertilize our lily pond. So this thing is going way out to the lily pond. I'm just going to walk the length of it so that you can see. Used vacuum hose pumps are cheap on Facebook or on Craigslist, and much cheaper than any other kink-free tubing you could buy. So I just bought about 230 feet for $160 altogether, but I had to drive to 6 different places to buy them. Alright, so this is going to be discharged into our lily pond with all the nice fertilizer for the lilies, which haven't started growing yet. They're waiting. I don't know what they're waiting for. It's already pretty hot. Anyhow, this is the discharge end of it. So after I pump it out first, I'm gonna keep washing the media inside. Not really washing it, but spraying it with water while it's pumping down. And even after, I'm gonna keep washing the media and the sump, washing all the detritus down towards the pump. So the pump sits at I'm gonna use pump at the 2 lowest spots, each per half of the sump. First, where the water drains to, it's a little higher. Right there. And then we're gonna transfer the pump in here and do the same thing on this half. And I'm going to begin on the other end. This is, by the way, I'm going to use the raw well water. I'm not going to use our expensive raw water because I'm going to need it. I'm going to really need it quickly to fill up the sump after we're done. So this is our raw well water. So we begin on the opposite side of where it drains to, right here. So we're gonna stick the hose in there and drive all the detritus, wash it all down. It goes down a little bit, little by little towards there. So we're gonna push it all down, all the way to here, through here, through here. You see the bags with the media. I'm gonna be washing them as I'm washing down the detritus. Right into this half first. When this is clean, we're going to do the same thing, repeat on the other side. So I'm going to begin on the other end again and keep washing it down, down, down. Got bags with media all over the place, especially on this side, so I'm going to wash them down. I mean the media inside the nylon bags, nylon mesh bags. And again, I'm gonna try to wash down all the detritus towards this end, and the pump will be here, sucking out the dirt. And then again, we're gonna stop, refill, and turn the pumps back on. All right, so right now I'm gonna turn off the pumps. I'm not gonna film it. I'm going to turn off the pumps and shut off the six drain valves, one per each tank. And I'm going to start the aerating hardware in the tanks. Alright, the 3 pumps are off, the 6 drains are shut off, the water is aerating, except for the, as you can see, when there is no suction, little screen floats up when it's not weighted down. The water is aerating in the 5 out of 6 tanks, so we're ready to start pumping it out and washing it down. Okay, this pump is going, this pump is going, and the 3 bubblers are going. All right. Okay, let's hook up the sump pump and begin. Okay, the sump pump is sitting at the lowest spot in the first half. You see the 6 drain pipes. And right now it's pumping water out. Let's swap the length and see what's happening. So here it's coming out here. It's a little bit of leak. With this connection, I'm gonna have to figure out where it's leaking. Oh, right here. This swivel connection is not reliable. I'm gonna have to connect them some different way. Oh, there's a bad leak here. Yep, again that water is running out from under there. Swivel connection is no good. Not a dry connection. This one's nice. How about there? Once you get to the outside, it doesn't matter, but again, see, the swivel connection is not, this is not a swivel connection. So I'm going to have to just cut them up and use a barb or something to, or use the rubber coupler just on top of the hose itself. Alright, the last connection looks good. Now there's a little bit of, just a tiny bit of water coming out. Alright. We're pumping it out. Alright, that's a start. Okay, you see half a year worth of detritus and waste to be washed down towards the low spot of the sump. It's a lot of crud on the media too. This is a rubber liner line sump. Very simple. I'm still pumping the water out. When it's nearly dry, I'm going to begin washing it down, hosing it down. Some leftovers from some crayfish, as you can see. We have crayfish living in our sump. Anyhow, you get the idea of the waste I need to get out of the sump. This section is nice and clean. Moving on to the next. Okay, this section is clean. Next section. Alright, this is clean. Moving along. Okay, this one is done. The last section before we're gonna hit the pump. The last section is pretty much just sand around the pump. There's nothing else really, no detritus, just sand. Just trying to kick up the sand and the water so the pump draws it out. Okay, this section is clean, half is done. One more half to go. About half of the other section is done. In this section lay the pipes that supply water from the pumps back to the tanks. Okay, we finished last section. Already filling in the water. This is our normal RO plus a little bit of well water. This is raw well. Okay, we're done with this for now. Took about 3 hours, I want to say. Dirty and awkward labor. almost done filling up the sump bag. Everything looks nice and clean. It's a little yellowish because the well water contains some tannin. But it'll get flushed out because our water changes are 100% every week. Okay, I'm going to have to turn on the pumps, open the drain valves back, and take out the aerating pumps. Alright, we're done. The whole thing took about 6 hours. 4 hours I was cleaning and 2 hours filling up and getting everything back to normal, more or less. You can see the yellowness of our well water. As I said, it'll clear up in a couple of days. I'm sorry, a couple of weeks. Everybody seems to survive okay. A little bit stressed, not understanding what's happening. I haven't fed him in 2 days. Prior to this, today is the 3rd day they haven't eaten, and all this change, and of course they're hating it right now. But hopefully the water is nice and clean. Of course I kicked back the beneficial bacteria quite a bit, so we'll have to keep track of ammonia and nitrite to make sure we're not feeding them too much and spoiling the water.